Batman and Superman are finally teaming up on the big screen.
Could we possibly be looking at concept art for Half-Life 2 Episode 3?
And is China getting an extended cut of Looper? Why? The bastards!
Today is Friday, June 29th, 2012. Welcome to Pretty Much It. Big news this week, boys!
What?
What's the big news?
This is our 26th episode, which means 52 weeks in a year, 26. This is our half-year episode, boys.
Whoa! Whoa!
Wait, hold on, Jake. One him here. One. All right, we got it.
Wait, I have one.
So yeah, before we begin this episode, I'd just like to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Hey, don't speak for me.
Oh, all right. So from the tippy top of yours, from the bottom of mine, and from midway on yours, thank you very much for watching Pretty Much It. We really appreciate it. We hope you guys are enjoying it. We know you guys are enjoying it from all the comments
and if you're
stuff.
not enjoying it, what are you doing?
Just go.
Just go.
Goodbye.
Leave.
Bye, Dad. Bye. I'm never going to be what you want me to be, Dad. Down in the info, there are links to our Facebook and Twitter, as well as links to all of this week's reviews. We had reviews of Ted, Magic Mike. Yes, I did go out and see Magic Mike. I did.
For that butt, right?
The Spider-Man video game, the Amazing Spider-Man video game. Also, a recap of the Spider-Man trilogy from Sam Raimi, and People Like Us. So definitely check out those reviews if you want to know what to check out this weekend. And finally, we have the Choose Your News feature. All along the bottom of the screen, there are annotations to click around through this video.
How cool is that?
Check out any parts that you want if you don't want to watch the whole thing. Or, of course, if you want to celebrate the half-year episode with us, you can just watch the whole thing.
You just do that. Do it!
So let's get started. First off with movie news, as usual. We've got, unfortunately, again, Spider-Man news.
Unfortunately.
Well, because we always have Spider-Man news, but I know we said we're not going to talk about clips and stuff as much because there's too many being released, but this news is actually about the fact that there are too many clips being released.
Oh, well.
This is very interesting news.
Blow me down.
A friend of the show, Sleepy Skunk, if you don't know Sleepy Skunk, very, very cool. Sleepy Skunk put together a montage, mashup, I guess you could say, of all the clips and footage from trailers, from anything that have been released from The Amazing Spider-Man, and made a 25-minute short film out of all the clips.
It's pretty lame.
It's lame of them to release that much, you mean?
I mean, it's cool that they did that.
Right, yeah.
That's pretty clever, but it's lame that could happen.
Yeah, it's really kind of sad. Now, and we've talked about like The Dark Knight Rises having too much, but honestly, you could maybe put together 10 minutes of the movie, if even, because they keep showing the same stuff
It's
over and
always
over
the same
again.
scenes, yeah.
Right. So this is really not that it's unacceptable because it's not like it's none of our business, I guess. But this is really sad. And the funny thing about it is that the video keeps getting removed from everywhere. So I mean, like I'll try to link down to it,
It's
but.
like, what? How? What?
Right, well, Sony, keeps getting it removed, but it's like, you did this.
This show's too much.
You put it out there, Sony. It's ridiculous.
You did
It's
it for
really
yourselves.
ridiculous. I have not watched this, obviously, because I don't want to see it, but I do think that it's very clever of Sleepy Skunk to have put this together. So, like I said, I'll try to link down to it if I can, but I believe the skunk is saying that it's kind of difficult to find because it keeps getting taken down. So, there you go. Moving on, we've got an interesting story about some advertising. Yeah. Some Magic Mike advertising. You can check it out by clicking the link down in the info, but basically, this is worth checking out. They misspelled a word in this ad, and do you want to know what word it is?
What is it?
It's not a difficult word. It's the word boyfriend.
Now,
They left the F out.
To make this kind of mistake is like mind-boggling because literally every single person involved in the production of that commercial and everything effed up.
And not only that, but then the 5 people it had to pass through to get to the air.
There's an editor.
The advertisers.
You gotta pre-watch it. The everything. Now, and the people who make these trailers, they don't just watch it once.
No,
they watch it a lot of times.
And they had to edit it and everything, and render it and everything.
So,
I don't know how this happened. I don't know if this is a joke.
I think I have a good idea what happened. They made this commercial and they were too far into it when somebody said, "Oh, hey, we made a spelling error," and then they were like,
we can't afford it.
There's no way, dude. It says boy-rend.
Nobody could make that mistake.
So then the possibility is that this is a joke. Possibility that somebody maybe edited it and made a joke or something. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
And just put it up on Tumblr because that's where we have it. That's where we saw it. But I mean, if this is true, that's super embarrassing. That's ridiculous. It's very funny to see.
Why does anybody have a job?
I was gonna say, can I have their job?
Yeah, right. I would be able to do that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Moving on, we've got some news that seems exciting at first, but then is a little bit less exciting. And basically, the way they announced this was really just lackluster.
I can imagine.
Somebody announced on Twitter, I don't know who exactly it was involved with this movie, but they announced on Twitter, they said, anyone excited for a Batman-Superman team-up? You don't have to wait as long as you thought.
Oh.
And so, of course, everyone's like, holy crap, what? Yeah. And then later on, it was just like, Lego! And everyone was like, oh, what?
I must have been asleep under a rock for like 1,000 years because out of nowhere, like, Lego made this huge comeback.
Right, like just in the last couple of weeks, for God's sake.
Video games, TV shows, movies. When did this happen?
I mean, I feel like they've been kind of just like steady for the last few years, and then all of a sudden now it's like
Legos.
Unbelievable.
A lot of it had to do with the video games. Those video games sell so much.
Yeah.
And the new one, Lego Batman 2, has Superman and Batman in it. And it's kind of funny. It's cool.
I don't understand how somebody could watch even like there's a cartoon, a Lego cartoon.
Yeah,
I guess
like
a kid could watch
I wouldn't like a whole
but
movie.
it's like a whole movie.
Yeah.
It's like how many jokes are they gonna do that they're Legos? It's
much.
like his head fell off.
Well, all we know about this though is that Will Arnett is voicing Batman, right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to get Channing Tatum for Superman. So this thing is crazy. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I guess we'll have to see. It's certainly interesting, I guess. But hey, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Nah, it's not worth a clap.
For me, it is.
Okay, no clap, but how about a high five?
I'll take his other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on, we've got some news that I know is going to be an interesting topic here at the PMI table. Van Helsing, there's a reboot in the works, and it's only a reboot because it's really technically, I guess, like a remake, but it's not a remake because that story existed before
Van
the last
Helsing.
movie. Right, it's a story.
Yeah.
But, it's not I think when you think of reboot, you think it's like a series that's being rebooted.
Yeah.
But this is just a new Van Helsing movie. I guess in the way that they're doing a new Mummy movie, remember we were talking about that? So if you don't know what Van Helsing is, Van Helsing hunts all the different movie monsters, Dracula, or Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, all that stuff. And there was a movie back in 2004 with Hugh Jackman, which was kind of like a campy movie.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that.
No, I don't think most people were a big fan, but I personally, it's like one of my biggest guilty pleasures, because you have to keep in mind, I was like 12 years old when I saw it, and it blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible! So I still love it just because at the time I loved it. I guess maybe if I watched it now I wouldn't like it as much.
Cool.
But basically there's a reboot in the works, and if you can't even guess what it's going to be like. Can you even guess?
What is it gonna be?
Dark and gritty.
Oh, damn it! I wanted Van Helsing to be shooting gummy bears at the Wiggle Monsters in Rainbow Forest.
Where did we get all these earrings? So Universal basically said, yeah, this is going to be like a dark, gritty, realistic reimagining of Van Helsing.
What kind of world do we live in where it's like we have to turn a monster hunter? We have to reassure everybody that it has to be dark and gritty. He hunts monsters. We get it.
But also on top of that, that's going to be there. But the realistic part of it, it's like, how realistic are you going to make like Dracula, the Frankenstein monster, Wolfman? I don't understand. Why would I want that necessarily to be realistic? I feel like the way they went about it in the other one was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It might not have been like, it might not have come out as good as people wanted, but overall it was like, you kind of have to have fun with a movie like that.
Yeah, they knew they were a little goofy.
Right, it definitely was aware that it was a B movie sort of deal, which I mean, I think that made it fun. But, I'm really excited for this only because I'm a huge sucker for, like, the classic movie monsters. And the whole Van Helsing idea, I'm sure that I will love this just because of that regardless. So, I'm looking forward to it. I do think, though, that it's kind of ridiculous that everybody's like, we're going to make it dark and gritty, dark and gritty, dark and gritty!
It's another one of those things where it's like, out of all the things you're going to reboot, why Van Helsing? It's like when you think about what's going to go hot with the kids these days.
I would say that this could. And don't forget, by the time it comes out, it will have been like 10 years from the last one, so it's not even like it was that soon.
But it's still like, in this day and age, to have Van Helsing, like, what general audience is gonna see it? They're gonna have to.
I feel like a lot of people would see it. I feel like a lot of people would be into it, only because it's kind of just like that'll be like a big summer blockbuster.
If they have a good lead role, yeah. Like, who would have seen freaking dark and gritty, cool Sherlock Holmes, if not for Robert De Niro? Robert Downey Jr.
Robert De Niro. I just pictured Robert De Niro in that. But regardless, it's very early on, obviously. We don't really have much to go by. But there you go. There's another Van Helsing movie in the works. I'm excited only because I like that. I'm a sucker for it. It's like a guilty pleasure sort of thing for me. But I guess we'll see what comes of it. We'll keep you guys posted.
As you know, me and Eric are very excited for Looper.
Also me. A little bit. Kind of.
We're very excited for Looper. And it turns out that China which some of the film takes place in, is getting a longer cut than everybody else. And the now it's not some kind of crazy movie scheme. It turns out that the only reason why it's longer is because since they're in like Shanghai and stuff like that, like the city of Shanghai wants like footage of Shanghai in the movie, just
understandably,
so people can say, "Oh, Shanghai."
Right,
So,
and apparently that footage did not test well with American audiences. Yeah. Apparently, the American audiences said we hate China. No, but they basically said it went on for too long, I guess. And visually, that's always cool looking. So I'm surprised that people wouldn't want to see that. But they're going to keep it in. As you can imagine, the audiences in China were like, yeah, keep it in. So, yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I will be happy seeing the American cut, the U.S. cut, whatever, or I guess the rest of the world's cut. But, yeah, that's interesting. So, congratulations, China. China. And those are all the big stories. We've got two more quick little stories for you in terms of movie news. Apparently, Avatar. Now, we knew that there was going to be like a 2 and a 3 coming out, right? And we didn't know what was going on exactly, but now apparently, according to Sigourney Weaver, I think it was just based on her, she said that there's a 2, 3, and 4 in the works. I don't know how many fingers I held up there.
I wonder how many times that they can, have this big social message about, the natives.
I don't really know what exactly is going to be the social. Yeah, what's the message of the next ones? I don't know.
Save the ocean.
But not only that, but apparently they're going to shoot back to back. Can you imagine how exhausting that would be?
Now let's look back at movies that have done this. It has
Matrix.
Never been successful.
Pirates.
Never. It has never been successful. Every single time, it's just been really disappointing, mediocre. And so now James Cameron wants to step this up a whole bunch of notches.
Break another record.
Now, here's the deal, though. He shocked me with Titanic 3D actually being great in 3D. So if he can surprise me on that with something that I thought was going to be just stupid, I would expect James Cameron to be able to pull it off. He has always pulled stuff like this off. I wouldn't be surprised. And you know what I'll say also is that I've seen a lot of people saying well, this is obviously just a money thing. I'm like, no. James Cameron doesn't need any more money.
Yeah, he doesn't need any more money.
If he did, there's a lot of other things that he could be doing.
James Cameron couldn't spend all the money he has if he wanted to.
Right. And so basically, it's a labor of love.
It's something
he
he's
loves
been
this.
Enthusiastic
right.
about,
He spent the last 10 years coming up with all this shit. So I guess he might as well play around with it in longer. I don't know. But I have to say, it's just, I don't really care that much about this.
I like Avatar. So.
I liked it. I enjoyed it just because of the spectacle.
But
you don't need that
That's
much.
the worst problem, though. I went to the movie theater, and I remember when I walked out, I was like, well, it looked pretty.
Yeah.
That was about it.
The story
though.
wasn't anything incredible.
You don't need 3 more movies.
No,
I don't really
need
know
4 more
where
movies.
can we go. I don't know.
Hey.
But there you go. Avatar. And finally, a tiny little tidbit of news about another movie that I just thought was worth mentioning because why? I don't know.
Chisel bit.
Paddington Bear. We all know Paddington Bear, right?
I didn't
Nope.
know.
Really?
No.
Why are we even mentioning this then? I thought you guys knew Paddington
I
Bear.
read Goosebumps.
All right, that's irrelevant. But I
That's completely
personally
irrelevant.
liked Corduroy better than Paddington Bear, if you guys remember.
Oh,
Corduroy.
yeah, Corduroy.
I don't know what
Corduroy
anybody's
goes to the
talking about.
laundromat.
Well, anyway, this is even less exciting than I thought, but Paddington Bear's got a movie coming out. It's the little bear in the raincoat and the hat. You've seen him before. You know what I'm talking about. And there's a poster, and it's just it makes it look like this epic thing. He's just like
Silhouetted in front of an explosion?
Yeah, no, well, not like an
like the
explosion,
sunrise,
but
yeah.
there's it's like a train station in a world, and then he's just silhouetted like he's going out on the town or something.
Oh,
but it's adorable. Paddington Bear.
As you all know, we've been eagerly anticipating the next Super Smash Brothers.
Have we?
Had no idea.
Well, I have.
Okay, Jake.
And we've touched... Shut up. Hey, shut up. Yeah.
Paddington Bear all over again.
It was announced, and,
It was announced
they didn't
that-
work on it yet. They
Yeah.
didn't start it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So now they finally did start working on it, and Nintendo announced that they're partnering up with game company Namco to get more characters in. So it's
Now-
going to be a big...
Oh, just to have a bigger character list and not
Yeah, but they're helping make the game now.
Oh,
So-
Imagine Nintendo's Namco's we'll help, and it's we just want the character. So what characters would we get?
Well, Namco is very Japanese, but the main one is... The first one that comes to mind is obviously Pac-Man.
Okay,
So that's...
interesting.
Interesting,
Like an
yeah.
abstract kind of game.
And then
2D
there's...
Pac-Man.
Yeah, that would be really cool for a cool level. There's also Namco did Soul Calibur, and
So they could have Link. There's a Link in one of the Soul
Yeah.
Calibur games. Imagine they take a character
From
that
that
that's
and
already
put it
in.
and And just a couple other ones like Klonoa. But honestly,
I don't even know who that
see,
is.
you
It's
guys
like
don't
a
even
venereal
know.
disease.
Nobody knows what half of this crap is.
I don't know anything.
Like, I just feel like Nintendo. I'm sorry, Nintendo. But once again, like, people flocked to this game because it was classic Nintendo characters fighting, and that's it. And it's really cool. Now it's going to be something like Street Fighter versus Tekken, where it's just all these stupid characters fighting each other, and you don't care about
All
it.
right, Jake. All right. You all right?
Yeah, I know.
You okay?
Hey, I almost had like an opinion about this. That makes me feel really weird. All right. But I just really feel like it's gonna affect the development and kind of affect the quality of the game.
Well, it's like you were saying before, what made Super Smash Bros. The first one was like it's all these old school characters fighting. It's been like over a decade since that. Now it's like we have a new generation of stuff, but it's like still, it's like that. It's not as cool.
It's not.
It's not as.
Because
cool.
it really only worked once.
Yeah,
or
it was
twice.
like they're trying to bottle lightning 4 times.
Yeah.
So.
So, I have to be open to it, so we'll see when it comes out. It's still got a long way to go, so. Excuse me. Next. I'm like the drunk on set.
Yeah.
In other Nintendo news, a little more exciting, but very unfortunate for people who have already bought a 3DS. Nintendo is releasing a 3DS XL, which is, as they did with the DS
Like a
before.
laptop.
Basically, like one of my laptops.
It's a laptop. Yeah.
Now
It's huge.
3DS has been a pretty big failure, right? Like
It's
Hasn't?
doing
I don't
it's
know.
doing a lot better.
well,
Yeah,
it
took a
wasn't
while.
before, right?
Yeah,
Like,
no, it hurt them. They were selling it at a loss for a very long time.
Yeah.
But they're doing good now because they made another one, and the kids want it.
Buy it up.
So basically, it's just a bigger one.
Yep, pretty much, and it's drastically bigger.
So what's the
like-
point of having a handheld gaming?
I don't know.
Let's just move on.
I don't even know what's the. Is this? This is so dumb. I feel like this is the dumbest thing I've ever
You
heard.
know what's even dumber about it? They for the 3DS, the regular one, they had an extra like add-on peripheral that adds a right analog stick. It clips into it. So now when they add a new one, when they make the 3DS XL, you think they would just build that in, right? Nope, same thing. Now it's like this big thing that you have to put your 3DS XL in just to it gets even bigger. It's ridiculous. But in potentially exciting video game news, we have apparently from a Valve game fan site Facebook page leaked Half-Life 2 Episode 3 concept art.
Wowie!
It's
now,
not-
we've
it's-
only been waiting for this for like what 5 years?
Yeah,
What?
like forever. I don't know why it doesn't have years. Just look at what year is it?
Right now, it's like not confirmed,
No,
but
it's a
it's
rumor.
like there's so much of this concept art. It's like why would somebody go through the trouble of faking this?
And it's
like
good. It's exciting, interesting
Yeah.
concept art. Vastly different.
Yeah.
Can we check it out in the info box?
Yeah, you can check it out. If
You
you
can
want.
check it out
the
down there.
info box.
It's good.
But I guess this. I mean, like it hasn't even been confirmed that they're even working on this game.
They got to be
at
doing
all.
something.
So this is way off.
I mean, no, it's not even that. It's because like everybody thinks that Valve has been like keeping the lid super tight on this for
Right.
years, and
Like a virgin girl going on her first date.
yes,
You can't say that.
What did I say that was wrong, Jake? That's a nice wholesome thing. What's wrong with that, Jake? You got a problem with that?
Wholesome.
what are we talking about?
So that's really exciting. It looks like it's going to focus around Alex Vance again, but it looks like in a completely different like Arctic setting with
Mm-hmm.
all these
yeah, they
weird
were-
monsters.
Well, they were saying how this is gonna bridge the gap between Half-Life and Portal because at the end of Half-Life Episode 2, you're gonna go fly out to the Arctic to find the Borealis, which is
Right,
an
yeah.
aperture science boat, and the concept art showing them looking in the Antarctic at the boat. So, guess that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Interesting.
So that's it for news this week. Next up, we're going to talk about all of the trailers that came out last week. There are 2 big ones that I'd like for you to be aware of. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Super quick.
What was that? What was that? Is it supposed to be cut to
Like,
black?
cut to this. Yeah. Commercial. Stop looking at me.
Welcome back to Pretty Much It. Now we're going to talk about the trailers that came out this week. But first, we're going to start with 2 trailers that we missed last week because we had to shoot a little bit early. And so we missed the trailers for Celeste and Jessie Forever, which I saw at Sundance, I think. Don't get too excited about this one. That's all I'll say right now. And Taken 2.
Oh, he's being taken again.
Strangely, Taken, the first one, is one of my favorite movies of all
Not
time.
strangely, that's a good
It was
movie.
it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay, good. All right. Hey.
I think you
up
meant
top, man.
strangely
Openness.
because of how you feel about this one.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessary at all.
No.
I thought it was just a great standalone piece. Just
Yeah.
That's it.
but I think it did well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Check it out if you want, though. I'm sure it'll be a good time. So moving on to trailers that came out this week. First off, we'd like to mention Looper, but we're not going to show any clip from it because I didn't watch this trailer, and I know you guys did, and I
did
might.
not.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Oh,
I
so
listened.
you did.
Yes,
you
I did.
listened.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant you just listened to
No,
it.
no.
Oh, okay, so you listened to the director, which is
Yes.
what I was going to say. The director said, if you're set on seeing Looper, don't watch any more trailers.
I think he's overreacting a little bit.
I don't think that he was saying that it ruins the movie or anything like that. I think he was just saying, like, go in with as much, knowing as little as you can, and I appreciate that. I feel like any filmmaker would feel that way.
Yeah, the new trailer definitely has the actual plot of the movie. You know, like, they explain what's going to happen, but it doesn't spoil anything.
Right, like, you're fine. So
Yeah.
I'm sure I wouldn't be upset if I watched it, but I feel like now, I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can wait, And I honestly, I don't know anything about that one. Okay, can I watch Spider-Man clips and stuff? Yeah, it's Spider-Man. Can I watch Dark Knight Rises? Even then, it's like, yeah, it's Dark Knight Rises. It's Batman. But with Looper, this is like a whole new thing. I think I'm gonna try to hold out on this one.
All right,
I think
okay.
I think I'm gonna fast for Looper. So, but anyway, the trailer is down in the info if you want to check it out and be a badass. Another trailer out this week that I highly recommend you do check out is for Robot and Frank.
You have a problem. I brought you something.
Hi, Frank.
You have got to be kidding me. That thing is going to murder me in my sleep.
Somebody's gonna murder you in your sleep.
Now, I saw Robot and Frank at Sundance, and I'm not going to get too detailed into what I thought of it, just because obviously I'm going to review it within the next few months. But I will say to see this if you can. What did you guys think based on seeing the trailer?
I really want to see it. It looks really good.
It looks cool, yeah.
It's like, one of the first movies I've seen in a long time where I didn't say, oh, well, they did that already,
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, wow. It's like everything that's happening is unique. Wow.
Like the robot helping him steal things and stuff like that. It's
cool.
definitely check it out if it's
Yeah.
going to be playing by you. I'm sure it'll be a limited release, but look around for it, please. Another trailer for a film that I saw at Sundance this year is Arbitrage. Once again, not going to go into details on this one, but I will say that the trailer is accurate and it doesn't really give away too much or anything. So I think that that's fine. But what did you think of this?
I thought it was alright. I have a thing. I can't get past Richard Gere.
You don't like him?
No.
If you don't like Richard Gere, it's not going to matter. But this is like top of his game.
No,
Richard
okay,
Gere.
that's yeah,
so
alright.
if you can appreciate that,
Yeah.
he is great in it. So that's good. A couple other trailers out this week. Epic, which kind of looks like the opposite of.
Ferngully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
For all,
really
like,
looks
the-
like Ferngully.
For all the hype words it had in the trailer, it was really unremarkable.
We had a new trailer for Frankenweenie, which I
Gave a lot away.
Yeah, I stopped watching it honestly because I kind of once again I'd like to go into it not knowing much, but I will say that this looks like Tim Burton. Like this really looks like Tim Burton,
it's Tim Burton,
which is
all over
great.
it.
I'm
But,
so
like,
happy for that.
I really hope that this is the movie that finally
Just snaps him out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Brings it back.
Yeah.
Because if this doesn't, I will probably never see a Tim Burton movie.
Here Comes the Boom looks cool.
Are you serious?
Wait, which one was that?
Kevin James as a martial artist?
Yeah, that actually looked like a shut up, alright?
We had a new trailer, a longer trailer for Hotel Transylvania, which I gotta say looks like fun. I think it looks like fun.
Yeah,
Remember you were
yeah.
saying that it looks like a cartoony
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's gonna be a blast, I have to say. I mean, in a silly, kiddie way, but still fun.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna watch this and go, "Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah.
it's gonna be good for kids.
I think it looks enjoyable,
I
honestly.
think it honestly looks like everyone that made it doesn't care.
Really?
I haven't sound like you this week. I'm like Mike. I'm negative.
I mean,
like
like-
Mike.
that was good. See now that was a
That was a movie.
that was
right?
a picture. That
Yeah.
was
What was the name of that kid? Jonathan
Jonathan.
Lipnicki?
Oh, R.I.P.
My Little Vampire. He's
alive.
alive. And some other trailers out this week are for Alex Cross, the new Total Recall trailer, Anna Karenina, which actually that looks really
cool.
good, I gotta say, except for the fact that they don't sound Russian.
Not at all.
But okay.
That's okay.
Easy Money, Clown with a K, which I heard is very, very funny. Soldiers of Fortune, which
I was excited because I was like, all right, Soldier of Fortune, like they're
And
bringing
then-
that back. It looks like the most unexceptional, just bland movie.
yeah. And finally,
we got a special one coming out, and it's coming out on a very special day.
a special month.
Special month.
What's the name of it?
The Oogie Loves and the Big Balloon Adventure.
And when does it come out?
comes out in a very special month. You probably never heard of it. It's called August.
August?
Not unlike August. August.
I get it because Oogie Loves.
There you go. Now, this movie stars a wide cast of characters. Christopher Lloyd,
Really?
a couple of puppets.
Yeah.
nightmare-inducing puppets.
and a fish in a bowl. And they go on a big adventure in a balloon. I am going to be at the midnight IMAX 3D.
We're not kidding. We really will be there.
IMAX 3D Oogie Loves.
Yeah, what the hell was that? Why did I have to watch that? You know, I watched the whole trailer waiting for some kind of like punchline or some twist, like for
That's
it to
all
be
a
a real
dream.
thing. And I just ended
They've
up
been
watching
dead
this,
all along.
I just ended up watching this whole thing.
I did watch it. Why did we all watch that? And that's it for trailers this week. Let's move on to the poll. Last week's poll question was, from Monsters, Inc., what character would you like to see in Monsters University? And I'm very happy with the winner.
Yeah.
The winner is, with 275 votes, the guy with the sock on his back.
I guarantee that's going to happen.
Yep.
There's going to be a joke about
2319, is that what it was? Yeah, that's right.
2319.
I would be so happy. I wouldn't put it past them. And I'm really happy that that's the number one answer. That's
Yeah.
great. And I'm happy that it wasn't Boo, which is the second answer, because that's like
Why?
the obvious one.
What's wrong with you? This is like 30 years in the past. It's like,
I don't know how far exactly it is, but
it's like whatever was Boo is a fetus. It's like, it's
yeah,
not.
but they've got to have her in there somehow, even if like they show her parents like giving her birth.
We're giving birth.
But Boo, yes, came in second place with 225 votes, and in third place with 80 votes we had Randall, which I agree with. I hope Randall's in it.
Yeah.
I thought I heard along the way that Randall might not be in it, so I don't really know
Hey,
why. I guess I don't get it. But
The price of Steve Buscemi, I guess.
yeah, gone up since Boardwalk or something, right? But yeah, so that's I pretty much agree with the poll answers. So that was last week's poll. This week's poll question is, who do you think should play Van Helsing in the dark, gritty, realistic reboot? Click the link down in the info to go to our Facebook page and vote in the poll. And while you're over there, of course, please like us on Facebook. Thank you very much if you do. I'm really excited to see what you guys say about this, because it'll probably make us like, or it'll make us hate you. And finally, the giveaway winner this week is Lisa Marie Nielsen. Congratulations, you win a free t-shirt from beobscure.com or a refund on a shirt that you already bought. Please contact us on our Facebook page by clicking the message button. And that's it for this week's episode of Pretty Much It. Once again, this is the 26th episode, 52 weeks in a year. So this is our half-year episode. Honestly, yes,
All right,
is,
yeah, we did it.
This is fantastical.
I didn't get hurt.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I don't know about you guys. Honestly, like not to get like too deep and serious here, but I feel like I'm really on top of the news because of this. Like we really are paying attention. I'm having fun doing this every week, and I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying it. We get a lot of views on these. Well, a lot relative to the reviews, I guess, but I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying it. We will, just a little teaser here, at the end of August, there might be a bit of a change coming.
Something's happening.
Pretty much it. Very excited about it. That's all you get to know for now. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you've been enjoying this whole half a year. Thank you very much for sticking with us. And here's to the next half of the year. And that's pretty much it.
You got ice?